Good morning. This is Preeti Tanwar, CEO of TLR Now, and I'm here with Feng Hou, who is the CIO of Central New Mexico Community College. And we are here to discuss more about his experience on the blockchain as well as his take on the mentoring. So, welcome, Feng. I wanted to know, you are the blockchain dude. I already see the T-shirt,
Yay.
blockchain dude. So give me a little bit about it because TLR now we're trying to reach out to youth and give them direction on which technologies they should use. So what is your take on the blockchain technology and how it can help the youth in adapting that technology and how the career growth do you see?
Good morning, Preeti. Welcome to CNM. And my name's Feng Hou, and I'm the CIO here at the Central New Mexico Community College. But let me start by sharing with you and your audience a little bit about what is CNM and where it is. And we are actually in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And many people certainly, even within the United States and outside of the United States, may not have heard about us. But we are the largest higher education institution in the state of New Mexico. And if you have not heard about the New Mexico, this is where and several major national labs in the United States, New Mexico is the home for those, such as the Sandia Lab, Los Alamos Lab, and our Air Force, United States Air Force Research Lab. And if you still don't know what that is, let me just also give you a little bit of the history that the first nuclear bomb was actually created
Really?
right here
Wow.
in the states of New Mexico, tested. And so we have some very high technology in New Mexico. And back here a little bit about our college. And CNM, we are a community college, and we provide education and training for primarily workforce-based. So students come in, and of course, many of you would take the 2-year associate degree education and move on to 4-year university, which we do support that. But however, the majority of CNM, of our students, come to us for the purpose of getting a job.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I must say that you have a very beautiful campus. Me being in US for like almost 18 years, I did not know that CNM is so nice, beautiful, the environment and the campuses itself.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives a lot. I mean, I've visited labs also. Wonderful work.
Yeah, thank you. And as a matter of fact, anyone is welcome to come to visit CNM and also visit this beautiful surroundings. We have Sandia Mountain, and every October in Albuquerque, we host the world's largest hot air balloon fiesta. That's basically is a kind of a large event with hundreds of thousands of hot air balloons.
And next time I need to make a visit
Yeah,
during that time.
absolutely, please. So let me also come back, talk a little bit about digital transformation and the blockchain. And I know that the blockchain is becoming a very kind of a hot topic, and but however, blockchain is part of our overall kind of effort and the strategy for digital transformation. In the United States, higher education has started going through the digital transformation. What it means is that we leverage kind of a most current technology, including blockchain, to do 3 things. So that's what I call it, the digital transformation. Number one is that we use technology to fundamentally change our students' experience, learning experience, campus experience, and so forth. And number two, we are also leveraging advanced technologies to significantly improve our business operation efficiency, meaning then through automation, through business process optimization, and we're going to make our services much more kind of efficient. And the number 3, and it has to be also leveraging advanced technology to cut down the costs of, so it will save our students tuition fees and so forth. So three things that will help in the United States, at least our college, with the digital transformation. And it just so happened that a blockchain, which is many people may have heard, is a distributed ledger technology, DLT. And as our chief technology innovation officer, Dr. Phelps, who you will talk to later, will describe that blockchain is basically a gigantic kind of a spreadsheet that captures all of the transactions on the network. And of course, I'll leave the details for Dr. Phelps to talk about. But however, let me just share with you what we have done here at CNM. And started in about 2017, about 2 years ago. And we first started a pilot with MIT. We joined MIT's BlockCert, this pilot, as the United States' first community college and only one of the two higher education institutions with MIT to start this kind of pilot by issuing students learning credentials. In this case, we started from a non-credit deep dive coding camp. So we issued training certificates to our kind of a coding camp students in 2017.
So how long is the coding camps?
The coding camp lasts normally about a few weeks, maybe a couple months. It depends on what kind of a coding camp, but we have a variety, including now even the blockchain coding camp, and the students learning programming languages such as Pythons and Javas, and
Right,
so
the upcoming one, the
right.
Python
And it
one.
also depends on the levels. And so when students successfully completed that coding camp, they will receive a completion certificate on blockchain. And so you would ask us, okay, when we traditionally just give them a paper-based certificate, what is the value of
Yeah,
a
exactly. I was about to
blockchain-based?
come to that
Yeah.
question, so I'm glad
Yeah.
you're bringing it up.
So let me give you a little bit of history first, and then I'll get to that. And then started in 2018, last year, and then we moved from non-credit to for-credit side, and we started issuing the degree diplomas on blockchain
Very neat.
for just a particular group of students, what we call it the GenEd, general education. And then in August 2018, that CNM announced that all CNM graduates from now on will receive a blockchain degree diploma. So that has now really started a new chapter in higher education about managing student learning credentials on blockchain. Okay, let me talk about the value of that. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, I think that would be no. I mean, that would be a learning curve for me too, because I'm hearing so much of blockchain.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to understand is what is its real value. So if
Yeah.
I do that certificate, what value it will bring to me?
Yeah. So first of all, that we know that when we talk about the blockchain being a distributed ledger technology, what it really means is that it should be the student's owned technology. And so when a student comes to CNM, completes his or her learning journey and receiving a degree, that degree belongs to that student. So that's why we call it, it is truly a student-owned learning credential. So that student will decide either he or she wants to share the learning credentials, or who he or she wants to share, and what he or she wants to share. To give you one example, today, when a student graduates from CNM, they received a paper-based.
Right.
and it's hard to share. If you want to share, you have to take a picture and then you send it to your family, your friends. But with blockchain-based degree diploma, it's readily to share, and you can control who you want to share and how you want to share it. It has all the information about that the degree you have learned and more. So these comes to the value. So what is the value? Let's just say today, if a student wants to, after he or she graduates from CNM, wants to start looking for a job, or wants to move on to a four-year institution, or let's just say they receive a four-year bachelor's degree, wants to go to graduate school to work on their master's or PhD. So they have to get their learning credentials verified.
Right. I was kind of thinking that 20 years back when I came and I had to get my evaluation done, it took me a while to get it from India and then get it validated, and to apply to the college, it should come on time. So I'm assuming
I'm
that it will
curious
go
how
in.
long that took you.
Yes, it took like number of weeks. In fact, you can say
Number of weeks.
Yes.
Oh wow. Normally I would say days, but weeks. But
Weeks,
also
number of
there's
weeks.
something else. You also have to do what? You
I
have,
mean,
you
I
have to
had
pay.
Yes.
Did you pay?
Of
Right.
course, for every
You have
user,
to-
yes.
Okay.
And it will be like hundreds of dollars just to get it from India, then get it validated from WES, and then making sure, the important thing is making sure it meets a time before the admission application
And
closes.
that's the third thing I would be talking about is the opportunity cost or lost.
Right.
So keep that in mind. Keep that experience that first you have to contact your former institutions and then request a transcript or learning credentials, and then you have to pay, and then you wait.
Yes.
Right? Keep that in mind. So I want to show what CNM has done to our students.
All right.
We have a digital wallet, which is called, we use BlockCert right here on my iPhone. If you click on it, and the digital wallet is just simply a mobile app that you use to interface with blockchain.
All right.
On it, I have multiple learning credentials listed here. So if I go to CNM, and you will see that I have CNM's degree, diploma, training certificates. I even have a CNM kind of a business card on blockchain. So I just want to show that how this whole experience we just talked about. Look at this. This just looked like a traditional degree diploma with the president's signature, the chairwoman of our governing board, and the official seal. However, on the bottom, you notice there are additional functions. And there's information that has the GPAs, and you can also share it without, it's ready to share. You can share it on LinkedIn, email, and so forth. But most important one is in the middle. That's the time when you say it would take a student days, if not weeks, to wait. Guess how long it would take for you to verify? Done.
Wow.
That's what I meant by it has to fundamentally change in our student digital experience.
This will be a complete 365-degree
This is what a blockchain
in the
is
student
doing.
experience. I mean, I can easily imagine, especially from the immigrant perspective, when they apply for it, it takes so much, and the frustration.
This will be particularly valuable if would be international students, because normally, let me also go back to the opportunity lost. Because of the weeks and the days and the weeks that the waiting period, sometimes when you may have found another job, and then so this organization, while waiting for the verification, you said, oh, I got another job offer, so you jumped off, and so that'll be a loss for this organization. With this one, this will save time, save cost for both our students and the organizations, and save the opportunity. So these are the values. These are the value propositions for blockchain. And that also many of our students, as a matter of fact, that when we first issued it, over 61% of CNM students have participated in this, downloading their degree diplomas on their smartphones.
I do have one question here.
Sure.
Will it be accepted by the other universities too?
Very good question. That goes to the second big part about the blockchain, which is that the blockchain is a community-based technology.
Okay.
It requires. So in other words, then, if only one single organization is using blockchain,
Won't work.
it doesn't work. It has to build a community. Sometimes we call it a network, a ecosystem. Say, for example, just like the Bitcoin or like the Ethereum, that it requires all the nodes throughout the whole world to participate. And that also goes to the core about the blockchain technology, which certainly Dr. Phelps will explain later as well. And essentially, it requires, as of now, if I can use some of the term, this consensus mechanism. If we use, it is still the protocol that we use. If we use the proof of work, and then it requires 51% of the participating nodes. Going back to your question, it means then we need to build a community for other institutions, for employers to accept. So
I'm pretty sure the schools who, I mean, we are always saying, right, student success is our success. So the more you adapt, that is exactly, I mean, that means more and more schools would be open to it.
right. If students started demanding that, and why, it also save time, save money,
Right.
and
I can completely see
schools
that.
wants to enroll those students. So there are some clear benefits for other institutions. What we have seen, actually, now we have data, and I wish I could show you the dashboard that we have created, that over 40% of our community also participated without us even aggressively campaigning, marketing this new technology. Why? It was precisely because what you just said, that because there are clear benefit for them. Our students are demanding that they use this technology.
I think it's switching on that one more thing too. Just now, this happened 2 weeks back about the opportunity lost. So this is my consulting firm, right? So I placed one consultant, and he had 2 job offers, but one job took so long time in the background check. That's what his wish company to be associated with, but he had to give up because it was taking so long time, and he didn't want to lose the job offer. So he joined the second one.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So with this, it will be beneficial for the employers to say.
So just not schools and colleges. I think its use cases can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
And just to give you one example, recently we are partnering with IBM in developing a blockchain micro-credentialing solution. So instead of just IBM and CNM, we actually invited University of New Mexico, a 4-year research institution, as well as our a major local employer, that is the Presbyterian Hospital or medical care system services. What it means is that it goes exactly to what you just asked, that the question that you just asked, that we need to build a broader acceptance.
Yes.
That's what we call it. Blockchain is being a community-based technology.
Right. Thank
Yeah,
you
or
so very
solution.
much. I have been hearing this blockchain. So I'm so glad to meet this blockchain dude who has given me an entire knowledge, because I wasn't able to clearly identify what is this use case about.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's a normal daily use. It's going to make much more just like automotive, when we made changes from going by walk to the car. I think it's going to be a major change from that perspective, that you'll reach places faster.
Actually, based on what we have done in blockchain, and CNM has been awarded the Innovator of the Year nationally in the United States
Very nice.
by Education Dive. And we are now one of the finalists and for the major award of Learning Impact
Very
Award
nice.
by IMS Global.
Mm-hmm.
And New Mexico State CIO actually is visiting us this afternoon to discuss how we may create a statewide universal student ID on blockchain for the
Yes.
entire state.
Wow.
So when you say the use cases for blockchain, right now there are just so many
So many.
potential use cases that we can build and benefit our students and our community as well.
So since it seems like a very innovative technology, and the students who are more from the engineering background, is there a certain background they have to be from to learn this? Would you comment on that?
Absolutely, that has actually has been one of my favorite topic.
Uh-huh.
And one of the people that I really admire is the co-founder of Cisco System,
Mm-hmm.
and his name is John Chambers.
Mm-hmm.
And John Chambers has famously said that every time when you have a brand new technology, and it levels the playground. So what the exact words he uses is he calls technology and education are the two societal equalizers. What it really means is that when we now have a new technology, such as a blockchain, it equalizes so everyone
So I
will
don't
have to
be
start.
from
You
engineering
don't have to
background?
have the computer background. There are
Wow.
so many different fields that you can participate.
All right.
If you want to be a coder, a programmer,
Uh-huh.
and you can start to learn programming languages such as Solidity and Solidity and programming language Python and Java. You could just start from the beginning. And Hyperledger fabrics and Ethereum and the Bitcoin, all the other major chains that you can join just like any other people.
All right.
Or
That's
you can
pretty neat.
become a architect.
Right.
You can
I'm thinking
designing
you
the
can meet the
solution.
same, designing the solutions.
You don't have to be a
Yes.
coding or programmer, right?
Yes.
Or you
Just
can
to
be,
create the use cases also
and then you
from
can
that
become a
particular
business
domain.
analyst
Yep.
for,
I think
for blockchain. Just translate what the business needs are into what the blockchain can do.
So I'm very big on the women
Yeah.
empowerment, and I love to give an opportunity to the women who are seeking a career break after a break. And this seems like apt case because they are from a certain background. Like I just now received 2 emails yesterday. They were from the healthcare background, and I'm pretty sure. Like, so what would you suggest taking a course from CNM, which would give them the needed blockchain, technology experience,
Yes.
as well as they can leverage their own experience, which they are very pro at, and they can combine and get back into workforce. So which courses you have at CNM which could help them?
Yeah, CNM being, as I said, a community college, and we're primarily workforce, we are providing multiple levels of courses to meet our students' needs. Say, for example, a student does not have to be enrolled in the 4-credit program. They can start it from the coding boot camps, right?
All right.
Those are just a few weeks, and we have them online, both online and on-site. We certainly welcome anyone to come to this beautiful environment campus. But however, if they live in another country, they can join CNM online as well.
All right. So they are available at online.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That includes all different courses I just mentioned, such as Hyperledger developer courses. As a matter of fact, I took that courses about a year ago, and so I'm now a certified Hyperledger developer myself. And there are also 4-credit programs that they can enroll. We have global education that provide all kinds of not only the kind of technology-related courses, but any other basic education that includes some of the other areas like English, math, and so forth that help our students to graduate to obtain a degree at the end of their study. So there are all kinds of, so
Very nice.
I encourage all of the people, particularly, certainly I want to say a special word to support young ladies to join
Yes.
into the technology field and
Yes.
then to started getting into the programming. Really, the whole information technology opens up the whole world for women to join the workforce. They can work from home. They can work for like freelancing,
Right.
you know, for anybody that they wanted. At the same time, they can also help support the family if that's what their needs are. And so it opens up
A whole new,
the whole
like,
new world.
platform for
Yeah.
them. Very neat. In fact, not just women. I mean, I see the grads also who are doing like two majors, but still they are not really having a direction to go about. Would you comment on like mentoring, because TLR is a mentoring platform, and that's what we're trying to do. There's so many youth who are having these two majors but not having a direction. Could you comment on the mentoring part?
Absolutely. I too have. I have three daughters, and one grown, and two are still growing up. And so I see that role even at home.
Nice.
How to mentor my own two girls to grow up and to be more kind of comfortable to enter the real world or into the
Exactly.
job market. So absolutely, what I would say, uh, two things. Number one, certainly, I'm absolutely would be uh, uh, honored to help mentor any young people to you know, grow up and to be prepared into the what we call the real world or
Right.
job market.
Right.
And the second is that that particularly this is for the young ladies is that um, uh, do not kind of just accept whatever the limits that seem to be set by either the society or by that particular environment, that
Right.
what a young woman can or should do or what she can or cannot or should not do. And in the United States, that we want to provide a real, equal, and inclusive environment for everybody, men or women. So I just want to highly encourage all of the young ladies to look beyond what they believe they can do.
True, true. And I think I would, because I started my career at a community college and I became the IT manager there, I personally feel the community colleges do offer some life-changing entering into the workforce courses, and they should go and evaluate actually what corresponds to their skill sets. And I guess it has been a very enriching experience. Thank you so very much, Fong, and hope to, like, see your success as well as the use cases that you apply to different ones. So
Yeah,
we'll keep in touch. Thank you so much.
you're quite welcome.